Let's freaking go, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Niner Sickness, accompanied with my boy Brandon, and we got Peter. What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on, Beto?
What's going on? Victory Tuesday.
Another victory too. Hey, we'll take it. We're on top of our division by 4 games, and we are now the number 1 seed in the NFC. Gentlemen, what a game against Seattle. Kind of started a little rough. But we got it together. And Brock Purdy, 368 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 interception, which kind of sucked, but it was kind of a confusion between him and Brandon Ayuk. What do you guys thought of the game on Sunday, Pete?
I mean, it was. I kept saying throughout the 4. I was like, I know they're going to get to 30. And it didn't end up happening. But I think Brock, and I don't want to put it all on Brock. I think that it was a team victory because the defense held when they needed to hold. The Brock, he took what the defense gave him, and the defense was giving up the long ball in this game, and he was up to the task. So I mean, I was very excited. I'll be honest, seeing him air the ball out like crazy was nice to see because it's on tape now, and teams got a game plan for it now, and that just opens up everything for everything else. So yeah, no, I love the game.
Absolutely. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, like Peter said, it started off a little rocky, but so did the Philadelphia game. And once Purdy found his groove, he looked phenomenal. The defense looked phenomenal. Everybody looked phenomenal. And also, Purdy has a deep throw. He gets to make them deep throws, so he silenced those haters.
Exactly, bro. That throw to Debo, believe it was a 48.8 air yards. People are still calling him assistant quarterback, though. People are still doubting Brock Purdy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty fed up, man. Stop looking at Brock Purdy where he was drafted, because I guarantee you if he was taken in the same spot that Wilson was taken, 2 overall in the first round, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Why is it that people can't get their heads out of their butt just because he's taken in the 7th round, Mr. Irrelevant? They don't think this guy is good. Pete, what is it going to take? Is it going to take a Super Bowl for people to change their mind? Or at this point, no matter what Brock Purdy does, the idiots are just going to continue to be idiots?
This is the thing about it, and I talked about this on my show yesterday. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter what Brock does. People are going to always look at him as the seventh as Mr. Irrelevant, and they're always going to look at this team that is stacked. There's no argument about that. That this team is stacked and that he gets them the ball in space and then they do the rest. Okay, but you're not that's just those are just for the box score watchers. If the box score watchers are looking at the box score and not watching the games, then yeah, you might think that well, he's got Debo and he's got Ayuk and he's got Kittle and he's got CMC and he's got all these weapons. Like, of course that's happening. Like, because they're doing all the work. If you didn't watch the game. But when you watch the game and you see that he's moving around in the pocket, evading the rush, and then throwing it deep, not just throwing it deep, threading needles. And I mean, he's played really well. And I would say a majority of teams would love to have a guy that was as calm in the pocket as he is. But I to answer your question, I don't think that it's ever going to go away until either he loses his weapons, and he still does it, or he just has a couple of people go down again, like when Debo was hurt. But we don't want to see that anyway. So I don't care if people ever give him his credit. I'll be honest with you. I want to see this team whole and healthy all the way through the Super Bowl.
I like that. I like that a lot. What about you, Brandon? What are your thoughts of the whole Brock Purdy is an elite? He's a system quarterback. All this bull crap, they're still coming at him. What's your personal thoughts of this whole craziness with Wright talking his crap and all these talking heads?
You know, at this point, it's like I really don't give a shit about what the media says because Purdy continues to prove everybody wrong, and those haters that are trying to make up excuses like they do every week, it's dying slowly but surely because Purdy keeps showing up and showing out. I mean, I heard that Dak is the runner-up, or he's in the lead for MVP odds. But I mean, you look at the numbers compared between the two, and Purdy's beating him by a little bit. But I mean, come on now, like that should tell you right there how good Purdy is.
Exactly. And you guys brought this up earlier before we went live, and our boy Christian Carver. How you doing, Christian? Welcome. Everybody popping in. Welcome to the channel. Make sure to hit the like button. We are streaming on all our YouTube channels. Everyone's information is in the description below. Make sure to follow, subscribe, and hit the like button, not just for my channel, but for Peter's channel and Brandon's channel. We're all trying to build our channel up. Christian says, it's ironic that Cam Newton called Brock Purdy a game manager and not a difference maker when he couldn't even drive on the ball during the Super Bowl 1 year, and he's one hit wonder. Yeah, it's the cattle calling, the cattle black. I don't understand where these people come from making these statements. Cam Newton wasn't a great quarterback. He had that one moment that Pete is so irritated with. Pete, what was that moment that you're so irritated about Cam Newton, bro?
What he was saying?
Yeah. What has given supposedly Cam cred to say what he said?
Well, I mean, okay, he's been riding his one MVP ever since, and he was relegated to backup duty by the time he was 30. So I mean, what are we talking about? Like, and he's been the only one tooting his own horn for years now, and now he can't get on a job, and he's got his podcast, and now hey, say what you want, like it's free speech, do your thing, like, but it's not going to stop me from calling you an idiot. Like, the reality is that he has every right to say what his opinion, but the reality is Purdy is a better quarterback and better at throwing the ball than Cam ever in his career was. And that goes college, wherever you want to go.
Exactly, man. Exactly. People are going to say what they want to say. It's the proof is in the pudding. What Brock is doing in this system. You listen, I'm so sick and tired of hearing people say, wow, if you put Brock Purdy in this system, or if you put Brock Purdy in with that team, would he be a difference maker? That's all bogus. It's what can he do in the system that he's in with Kyle. It's like you have kids, Pete. If you were married to another woman other than your wife, would your kids be the same kids? Probably not, because there would be different DNA.
We're not talking about that on air.
Yeah, those comparisons are stupid, right?
Yeah.
You can't say, sure. My kids, I wouldn't be the same if I was married to someone else, because it wouldn't be the same DNA of my wife. So it doesn't matter whether Brock Purdy can be a difference maker with another team or not. What is he doing here with Kyle? Mm-hmm. Brandon, I have not seen Kyle as comfortable as he's ever been with a quarterback, not named Matty Ice in San Francisco, that he is with Brock Purdy.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's let the whole playbook open for Brock Purdy. He can do what he wants out there because he's proven it each week on how good he is and how just excellent he could be out there on the field. And each and every week, he's proven it because, dude, when was the last time we've averaged 30 points a game? Honestly,
Yeah,
like I mean, since Purdy's been in there under center, like this team has looked freaking phenomenal, and we could all say that this is the best offense that we've had in a really long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pete.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you know, when you think about the elite offenses in NFL history, there had to one be a great coach, there had to two be a quarterback that matched with that coach, and then there had to be weapons around them to work the system. And in no great offense has there ever been there's never been a great offense that hasn't had all three of those things, like ever. So for all these people that sit there and say, "Oh, well, he's got all the weapons and he's got Shanahan calling the plays," well, guess what? Montana had Bill Walsh, Montana
He had the
had
best
Jerry
receiver
Rice,
ever, Jerry
yeah,
Rice.
yeah, yeah. Even you want to go Steve Young? He had Jerry Rice as well. And Peyton Manning had Marvin Harrison and Edgerrin James and Marshall Faulk during his rookie year. Kurt Warner, you want to go Kurt Warner? He had Torrey Holt. He had Isaac Bruce. He had Marshall Faulk. Every great offense had great playmakers. The only reason why people say what they say about Purdy is because of the way he looks. He's not 6'4". He doesn't have a cannon for an arm, and he doesn't run a 4.4. So he can't be great in the NFL because that's what we've been told you have to be great. Like everybody's looking for the unicorn quarterback, and sometimes it's just about what's up here, and the fact that you get what your coach is drawing up. And that's what Brock Purdy is. He understands the offense. He's looking for things in the off. He understands the offense enough to know, hey, they're faking this. The read is this, but that means that this is going to be wide open. And Debo talked about it. He didn't even think the ball was coming to him. And then he saw Brock cocking it back, and that's when he started running and the rest is history. So you just have to have everything has to be in unison for a great offense to work. And so for you to think that Brock Purdy is lesser than because he's not the tallest and he doesn't have the strongest arm is just silly. It's just silly.
Watch
the tape.
Nobody's going to argue that Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback right now. Mm-hmm. But if I'm not mistaken, the guy is struggling. Because he doesn't have weapons right now. So does it make him worse? Yes. Is he a worse quarterback? No. But is he playing at his level right now? No, because he needs pass catchers. They're dropping balls. Those receivers ain't doing Mahomes no favors. So listen, name me an MVP quarterback that won the MVP without having good players. Mm-hmm. Name me one. Name me an MVP quarterback that had no receivers but still won it.
Yeah.
Everybody needs great players around, but he still has to get the ball to these receivers. He still needs to be precise on where he goes with the ball. He still needs to read the defense. Did you know that play to Debo that huge long pass, that wasn't the call that Kyle called. Kyle didn't call that. That bomb that he threw to Debo for the touchdown.
Oh yeah, no, it was supposed to go to the guy,
It was
the
a
other
hitch.
crosser on the immediate. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't supposed. He saw that play develop because he saw the safety come in, and he took opportunity of it, and he made a play. That's not a game manager. I'm sorry. This guy saw, improvised, and made a play.
Yeah. Listen to what you said too. He saw that play develop while everything else is happening around him.
Yeah, he just made the read.
Yeah, he knows how to read the field. That's another thing that we were missing too with the quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't really know how to read.
Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't make that play, Brandon. Jimmy Garoppolo does what he's supposed to do. He would have threw to that cross, the one that was supposed to. And I forgot who was it. It was a Uke or Kittle, and he was open. He would have got a big gain, a first down, and that would have been Jimmy doing what he's told. Brock said, I'm a playmaker. I saw something develop. I'm taking my chances, and I'm not afraid. And he threw a beautiful throw to Debo. Debo even slowed down because he knew what the play was. And then when he saw Brock hawk it back, he's like, oh, shit. And he started to speed up, caught that ball for a touchdown in stride. Those are the things that elite quarterbacks do. This guy's not a Jimmy Garoppolo, man. He's not a Nick Mullen. Stop it. What's up, Ma Lopez? Welcome. My niece, welcome. For all those that are coming in, Luis Moreno, welcome. Rick Perez, Roberto Davis. We got Don in the house. Welcome. Appreciate each and every one. Make sure to hit the like button, not just on my channel, but on Brandon's and Peter's channel as well.
Beto.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you a video real quick if you could play it real fast.
Yeah, send it to me.
All right, I sent it in our group chat on Twitter.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
So, Christian McCaffrey, as I'm setting that up for you, Brandon, give me your thoughts on Christian McCaffrey just being, you know how people were saying last year that when we gave a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth, that, oh, crap, you know, did the Niners mess up?
That was still for us.
That guy, I don't know about you, Brandon. I don't know about you, Pete. As much as I'm excited for everyone else, Christian McCaffrey has been a difference maker on this team. Yeah. I don't think it will be the same team that we are if it wasn't on the team. What's your thoughts on him, Pete?
I mean, I think that goes without saying. Like, he had 145 yards in this last game, and he's about to break the 49ers all-purpose yards record from what I understand. I mean, he's got 1,100, almost 1,200 yards already, and we still got four more games to go. Like, it's the balance that this team is showing right now between the run and the pass it's just a pick your poison type of deal. Like, there's nowhere where you can double or try or think that if you cover this that could stop the 49. No, they're going wherever you're not. And it's beautiful football. It's really beautiful football. And I don't know that there's anybody that can really stop them.
Exactly. All right, let's play this video. Make sure you guys let me know if you guys can hear it. Here we go.
Actually, kind of one of the last reads in the play. And once I seen Brock wind up, because I really wasn't running 100% at the time. But when I seen him wind up, I had to kick another gear because I ain't gonna lie, that was probably one of the best balls I've seen Brock sling down the field.
It's amazing, and I tweeted it out. I said this is a rough day for the Brock can't throw downfield crowd.
Man, because Brock was letting it go. I'm talking about dot after dot after dot. Actually, kind of one of the last reads in the play. And once I seen Brock wind up, because I really wasn't running 100% at the time. But when I seen him wind up, I had to kick another gear because I ain't gonna lie, that was probably one of the best balls I've seen Brock sling down the field.
It's amazing, and I tweeted it out. I said this is a rough day for the Brock
a small
can't
one?
throw downfield crowd.
Yeah, it was just a little clip.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
It's all
Got
good.
you. I'm
But
like,
yeah,
why you sound like they're repeating themselves?
you brought up that play, so I wanted to get Debo's take on it.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you. To make my point, that's what I saw on the field. That it wasn't intended for Debo. Debo knew what the call was. He was just trying to sell out and pull that corner with him. So and once Brock saw the safety come in, he thought, man, Debo
Linebacker.
on one-on-one. Yeah, the linebacker. Excuse me. Thank you. When he saw him on one-on-one, he says, "I'll take that every time I get." And he threw it right at him. And what a beautiful play! But like Debo said, he had to put it into gear. Brock Purdy is playing some good football. The way he's playing, if we are healthy, Peter, if we are healthy, no injuries, cross our fingers, and we're playing 49er football, the way we saw Miami play yesterday, crap. The way teams have been playing, Chiefs lost. Ravens had to win in overtime against the Rams. Eagles got their butts kicked by Dallas. Now, Dallas has been playing good football, and so has Dak, but I am not worried about Dallas. Is there a team right now that scares you other than just the injury bug, Pete?
Nobody. Nobody. Like, the short answer is nobody. There's nobody in this league that can match the 49ers player for player. It's just you're not going to be. There's no defense. The 49ers got the best defense in the league, and there's really nobody close to them from how I look at it. And I just don't see anybody that could really. The only person that's holding back the 49er offense is Kyle. It's just it's all about his game plan. If he doesn't put the right game plan in place, if he doesn't just take advantage of the mismatches that are gonna be there every single time out, and he tries to be too smart for his own good, then that is the only thing that can hold this team back. Otherwise, there's nobody that can cover this team, and there's nobody that this defense can't. I don't see any great offenses out there really besides the 49ers. Like, I think even Miami they're dependent on one player. And I think if not that Waddle's not good, but I just don't see it's not the same. It's not the same. And I don't think that they have the defense. I don't think Miami has the same defense level of defense that the 49ers have. I think we're seeing chinks in the armor for Kansas City. Buffalo looks like a shade of their former self. And I mean, who is out there? Who's out there? I don't know.
Booyah!
That's right, bro. I love that answer, bro. I love that answer. Brandon, does anybody scare you, bro? Do the Miami Dolphins, Tua, they couldn't throw a damn touchdown, which cost me my fantasy football, by the way. All I needed was 10 points from that fool, and all he could muster was 2. I can't stand Tua for my personal reasons. But, man, who scares you, Brandon, other than injuries? Is there a team out there? We're going to see the Ravens in 2 weeks. Do the Ravens scare you?
No. After seeing what the Ravens put out there against the Rams, I'm not too worried about the Ravens as much as I was. Like Pete said, though, nobody. Besides injuries, which is what we have right now, a couple injuries on defense. But I'm hearing Javon Hargrave and Mooney Ward will probably be a go for this weekend against Arizona. But I would rather have them sit just to be ready for Baltimore next week. But yeah, nobody. And then we also signed Jason Verrett. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with Verrett. Hopefully he could stay healthy himself. But yeah, I mean, dude, we're top on defense, top on offense. I ain't worried.
Yeah, we got arguably the best play caller in the NFL. the things that Shanahan is doing. Now he found a quarterback that he feels comfortable and knowing that whatever play he makes, it will be executed to the T by Brock. And if things break down, he trusts that Brock will improvise and make a bad call into a good play, depending on what the defense does. The way this offense is executing and demanding authority is amazing. The way they're moving, all the misdirections that are being called, the way the linebackers, they're sitting there with swivels on their head. They can't figure out what's going on. Is it going to be to Kittle? Is it going to be to Debo, Christian McCaffrey? What we're doing is amazing. And I just want to give real quick props to our offensive line. Kobe McKivitz, was a guy that a lot of us, myself included, were really nervous about. My God, Mike McClinchy wasn't a great lineman, but oh my God, Kobe McKivitz, really? We're going to get destroyed. The dude has been handling his business. Now, is there a place where he gets manhandled? Yes. But for the most part, I am more concerned about the guard, Buford, than I am at all about the tackle, McKivitz. Am I the only one, or do you guys feel the same way, Pete?
Oh no, I'm right there with you, and I love the fact that Feliciano got to play this last week. I think that the line just plays really well when Feliciano's in there, and and I don't understand the reason to put Burford back in. I mean, if you want to sprinkle him in garbage time, then that's fine. But too many mental mistakes for my taste with Burford. I think that he's still young, and that in another year or so he might be he could have an epiphany and be the guy. Like McKivitz had to sit for how many years before he got a chance. So I absolutely I think that this offensive line. Brendel is another guy, and he's another guy that gets no love, and they wanted him replaced. Like the fans wanted him replaced. They wanted them to draft or sign somebody, and they said that they had faith in Brendel, and he rewarded their faith. He was a Pro Bowl alternate last year. I mean, I think he's got to be. You never hear his name, which is a good thing. So, I don't know. I just think that the offensive line is it's been surprisingly good. Purdy has had all day to throw and wait for a lot of those long throws to open up. So that's a testament to the offensive line.
Exactly. Hey, Brandon, I want to ask you, since Eric Armstead was not able to play because of the issues that he's dealing with right now, how do you think the inside tackles did? I'm trying to think of his name. Help me out here. Number 90, the backup. Givens. Give me your thoughts on how Givens did. And Kinlaw. For all the shit that we've been talking about Kinlaw, this kid has been playing. Maybe because he's not. Maybe it's because he doesn't feel the weight of the world on top of him for where he was drafted. Now he's like the second or third or fourth guy in the depth chart. But what are your thoughts on defense now that Pete spoke about the offensive line? You tell me about the defensive line. How do you think Givens did in replacement of Armstead?
I think he did pretty well. He was there, but the one guy I do have to give my flowers to is Javon Kinlaw. He was killing it out there on Sunday, and he's really stepped up. He's proven that he definitely deserves that spot on the team, and he just looked phenomenal this past weekend for sure. I think he got a sack. I think just one sack, right? If I'm not mistaken. So,
I think so.
I mean, the boy's proven himself, and he looks good, man. He looks good.
You got to throw Kalia Davis in there too.
Yes, Davis too, for sure. I agree.
Yeah, and I know those are the interior guys, but I want to give credit to Farrell on the outside. Farrell has been playing good. football for us, man. This guy, people don't realize that Chase Young is not the starter. And Farrell is, and that doesn't make a difference who starts because they're able to rotate them quickly. But I love the depth that we have. Armstead was missed, but we were able to handle our business. How important do you think it's going to be, guys, to be careful with playing Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray, to me, is like a chicken, and you're trying to catch the chicken. It's hard to do. Anybody's ever tried to catch a chicken. It's not an easy thing to do. How do you think the defensive line, or let me rephrase it, what do you think the defensive line needs to do to maybe not stop, but try to contain Kyler Murray doing his thing? Pete, and then Brandon.
I mean, I think that they need to do the same thing that they did with Jalen Hurts, which is play a little bit more contain, and not allow him to get out of the pocket. What happened?
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, just the same thing that they were doing with to Jalen Hurts. It's really more contained and not worry so much about getting the sack, but just keeping him in the pocket. Now, Kyler Murray, I think, is a little bit better of a passer than Jalen Hurts, but he tries to get out of the pocket a lot because obviously he's short, and so it'll be a lot of hands up. I think it's just get your hands up and try and take away his vision as much as possible. But I think that's it's really going to just be trying to play the run to keep him from getting out of the pocket, and I think could be kind of almost a tune-up for the Ravens because Lamar is going to want to get out of the pocket. He is not going to want to stand back there.
Exactly. What are your thoughts, Brandon?
So basically the same thing as Pete said. I was just going to say the same thing they did against Jalen Hurts is the same thing they need to do against Kyler Murray. They figured out how to contain a mobile quarterback. And that's shit. They couldn't do shit after that. So same thing going to Arizona, contain Kyler Murray, and he won't be able to do much. I don't even think he has any real weapons anyways over there. So
now, when we say the same thing, we had in the game against the Eagles, we had what's his name? Oh my goodness, I lost it. Hargrave and Armstead in the middle. Now, if those guys don't play, you're looking at what Kinlaw and Givens. How good are they going to be trying to stop that run and containing the inside? You guys confident that those two guys can step in and handle someone like Kyle Murray? Because there's no Hargrave and no Eric Armstead.
Yes, I'm
They
pretty.
didn't have him last game. And the Seattle wanted to run the ball.
Yep.
They wanted to run the ball. They wanted to run the ball with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. They just couldn't run it. It wasn't because the 49ers got up. It was a one-score game for a while, and they still couldn't run the ball. So I don't think that. We still got some elite linebackers backing up the line. So Fred Warner and Drake Greenlaw, they're not going to run. They're not going to run. They're going to be. I think that they've been doing a phenomenal job of when a quarterback looks like they're going to run, just coming up and at least showing themselves so that it makes them hesitate. So, yeah, I think it's. I don't think that it's necessarily going to be a bad thing.
Okay. Now, let me ask Brandon this question. Jair Brown, since he came in for Hufanga, what are your thoughts of this kid, man? Do you think he's been playing good football?
He's been playing great football. Dude, he's been covering well. I think he already has 2 interceptions already since he's came in to play for Hufanga. the guy's playing lights out, honestly. And it's like we're not even missing a step, not having Hafunga there. Jair Brown's filling in great, and I'm so stoked for this kid. We've talked about him too at the beginning of the season on how good he was going to be, and he's proven himself for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been playing really, really good football. I'm excited to see when next year to see the combination of Hufanga and Jair Brown with another
I
year
was gonna say
underneath
the
them.
same thing.
It's going to be fun to watch. Nothing to take away from our boy number 31. He's been,
Sean
but it's the time to give to the young ones. I love it. I love what they have back there. Either one of you can answer. Embry Thomas, since he took over on the outside, he was kind of like the forgotten man, the guy that was beaten out by Lenore, and people were saying he should be cut before the season started, blah blah blah. What are your thoughts on Embry Thomas and what he's done so far?
The Ambry is, I mean, can we talk about both of them, Ambry and Demo? I mean, they are just, Mooney Ward goes out of the game early, and Ambry Thomas gets hit on a over the top against DK when he had really good coverage. It was really good coverage. It was just a better throw. You got to tip your hat to Drew Lock, made the throw of his career. But after that, what did DK? Somebody remind me what DK did after that.
Other than cry like a baby and trying to hit Warner, that's about
nothing. Yeah, he did absolutely
He's
nothing.
quiet.
I believe that was the last catch he had for the rest of the game.
Yep.
And Demo and Ambry just kind of shut the water off, and it was like it didn't matter who it was. Lockett had a few catches, but nobody broke loose. I believe Demo was the one that got a pick, and Jair got a pick. Or did Demo end up with a pick? I think that he got a pick, but they took it away, right?
Something like that. I'm not sure. Don't remember.
I know Jair got a pick.
Yes.
Got a pick.
But they were all in position all night long. They tried to take deep shots a few times, just nothing. They were giving up nothing. And Ambry Thomas, it gives so much versatility. It gives the defense so much versatility, having two corners on top of Mooney Ward to be able to kind of like it. He doesn't have to move around with guys. You can stick him wherever. And Ambry's emergence is it's great to see, because he could have easily have gone down into obscurity, but he took it as a challenge, started working with Mooney Ward in the offseason, and it didn't look good in the beginning. And he could have given up then, and he did not give up. Steve Wilkes has done an outstanding job with these corners, and you just got to give the man credit. He's worked his behind off, and now it's paying off.
Yep, I agree.
Exactly. Real quick, the Dallas Cowboys are 10-3, as we are. Dak Prescott has been playing some good football lately. They've played very good at home. They're not a good road team. They're like 500 on the road. Mm-hmm. They're going into Buffalo this weekend. Buffalo, you said it yourself earlier, Pete. They're a shell of themselves. You don't know what you're to get. Even though they beat the Chiefs, Buffalo was trying to give that game away. Mm-hmm. They were not trying to win it. It took the refs to help them win it.
Yep.
Do you think that? And Vegas has Buffalo 2.5 points favorites. Do you think Dallas is being disrespected by not being favorites and being underdogs going to Buffalo the way Dallas has been playing and the way Buffalo has been playing, Pete? And then I want you to get your response after it, Brandon.
I mean, you are what your record says you are. So if you, like you said, they're 500 on the road, that's the way Vegas is looking at it. And and I mean, they're not wrong. I don't think Dak is as good as, I mean, not to say Dak is bad by any stretch of the imagination,
He's
but
ass.
I don't think he's nearly as good. He's not an MVP for sure. For sure. And I really think the fact that we're talking about Brock Purdy and Dak fighting it out for MVP is a testament to how bad quarterback play has been this season in the NFL. To be honest, Brock Purdy is playing phenomenal, right? He's playing phenomenal on a great team. But just think about that. You've got Herbert, you got Justin Herbert, you got Joe Burrow. You're missing now you're missing Burrow. You're missing Justin Herbert. The Mahomes is just has nobody to throw to, and there's just nothing. Yeah, there's just, I mean, they don't want to give Lamar anything. They don't even talk about Lamar. So it's just weird to me that the quarterbacks have really taken a step. But when we're talking about Brock Purdy versus Dak Prescott for the MVP, I don't know, that kind of but I don't think Dak Prescott is that good. And to answer your question, I would not be shocked if Josh Allen goes in there and just annihilates the Cowboys.
I would hope so. Real quick, I just want to acknowledge and welcome Mariah from 49er Faithfully Podcast.
What's going on?
Welcome.
What's up,
Mariah?
Good to see you, girl. Your thoughts on the Cowboys and Buffalo being favorite, Brandon?
To be honest, I don't give a shit. I hope Buffalo beats the living shit out of them. Dak is ass, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm rooting. I want Buffalo to win as well. The Eagles play Seattle. I don't mind Seattle losing. The Eagles losing. The reason why I want Dallas and Eagles to lose one game as well, because the rest of our schedule, the one that can give us a headache a little bit are the Ravens. I'm not saying we will lose to the Ravens, but if there's a team on the schedule that we can potentially lose to is the Ravens, and I would love to have that cushion.
Don't sleep on the Rams. Do not sleep on the Rams.
Bro,
I'm
come
telling
on.
you.
We beat the Rams with Mullins.
Hey, I get you. I got you. But
Shanahan knows how to play the Rams, though.
I understand. I understand. But the Rams have been playing teams tough. They played the 49ers tough.
Yeah, they did.
This. So I just don't. I'm hoping that this team is not sleeping on that Rams team.
Yeah, the Rams have been playing. I'm not going to lie. The Rams, what Sean McVay has done with a bunch of rookies. The only people the recognizable there is who? 99. Aaron Donald, Cup, and
Cup
Matthew Stafford.
And is it Pakua?
Well, he's a rookie though. He's playing good,
but he's playing awesome.
Yeah. He's over. He already has 12.
Their running back is pretty good too.
They hit on. See, this is the beautiful thing about the draft. You can go from bad and then be good when you hit on certain players. They found a receiver, Bonafide number 1, and Pakua, whatever his name is, and then that running back, he's playing pretty good football, man. And it kind of reminds me a lot of Christian McCaffrey in a sense. So you're right. Hopefully they won't sleep on the Rams, but I think the Niners can handle the Rams. Out of all the teams that are left, Brandon, which team are you most worried about not named the Ravens?
Don't be taking that low-hanging fruit.
None at all. Point blank and period. This is not me being biased. I just think we're the better team out of all the teams right now, and that's why we're number 1 in the whole NFL.
Yep. Let's see what Christian McCaffrey says. Never sleep on a divisional game, fellas, because Arizona has given us a hard time over the years, even when we've had amazing. That is true, and now that they have Kyler Murray, you can't. But name me a player on defense other than Buda Baker. Name me a player other than Buda Baker back there that you are afraid of. I bet you guys can't name one player other than Buda Baker on that defense. And I'm not trying to be a disrespect, but that's just the truth. I'm not worried about the Cardinals. I am not worried about the Cardinals. I think the Niners will handle their business. But if there was something to worry about, if there was an area that if the Niners didn't execute and possibly lose to the Cardinals, what would it be, Pete?
It's honestly, it would be the same thing that kind of hampered their offense in the last game against Seahawks, like was the penalties. They're timely, just what do they call it? Not performance, but execution penalties, like and false starts, illegal motions, like that kind of stuff, to set them back, and then they'll give up a hold occasionally. It's just timely penalties that the 49ers seem to get on offense that just kind of set their drives back from time to time. So that would be the only thing. It's just execution for the 49ers and Kyle thinking that this game is in the bag and thinking that he's going to outsmart the other coach. This guy he was on that the head coach is a coach that was he was a coach on the Eagles last year, so don't think that he hasn't seen what Kyle has to offer either.
Exactly. Well, we are coming to a close. So the Niners are 10-3. We got 4 games to go. Because the Green Bay Packers lost to the Giants. Thank you, DeVito, for handling your business. We have now clinched a playoff berth. Of course, our goal is much than just clinching, it's winning the division, which at this point, I don't see the Niners losing it. I mean, the Niners have to self-destruct to lose. They're 4 games ahead of either the Rams and the Seattle Seahawks.
We clinch the division this weekend if we win and the Rams lose.
Okay, so the Rams, and who are the Rams playing?
It's a good question. Let me see. Hold on.
So if the Rams lose and we win, we clinch the division. I like it. I like it, and I see that because
the Commanders.
They're playing the Commanders
in LA.
At Washington.
No, I think it's in Washington.
Yeah, the Rams are winning that game. Commanders are trash.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
They're trash. But at the end of the day, we're pursuing the number 1 seed. We want to keep the number 1 seed. Let me ask you guys, being honest, how bad do you think the Niners need the number 1 seed? Not only to play at home throughout the playoffs, but that 1 week bye for rest. Do you think they need it? Or do you think that it's nice to have, but if we have to go on the road, we can still handle our business? Brandon, you go first and then Pete.
I don't think we need it, but it's good to have, especially like you said with that first round bye. The past 3-4 years we've been playing wild card, so and we still dominate. So I think either way, I think we'll be okay. But I'd rather get that first seed, lock it down, and have people come through us at home for the playoffs, and just make it easier for us. You saw in 2019, the playoffs went through Levi's, so and the Niners just kept going and going, and it was just fucking fun and dandy until we got the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So,
what are your thoughts, Pete? Do you think we need it? And if we do, how bad do we need it? And if we don't, why we don't?
I don't think they need it, like, but I sure as hell want it. like, and it really comes down to the 49ers are a physical team. They're hitting people, which always leaves you the threat of getting worn down, of getting injuries, the way that they play. So I would love to have an extra week off for them. I would love to have for them to be playing at home and not have to travel. And like that would be pretty nice for once. Every playoffs they've had to travel. And
especially the championship game. We have.
I'm saying.
And it would be nice to not have to play in the snow or the elements. Like I don't want to see what Brock looks like in the elements. So
yeah.
So it's not that they need it, but I think it gives them a massive advantage if they have it.
Yeah, and if we have the bye, guys, keep in mind the Cowboys and Eagles could cancel each other out before we even have to mess with them. And the Eagles, if they win out, if they have the same record than the Cowboys, the Eagles still win the division.
What up, Celts?
And what's up, Celts? Welcome. The Eagles' schedule is easy. I mean, they have the Cardinals. I mean, they have the Seahawks, the Eagles. The Giants twice. The Cowboys are not as easy, although Buffalo doesn't scare me. And let's be honest, the way we saw Miami play yesterday, or at least the way I saw them play, they don't scare me either. So, if we did have to go on the road, would you guys rather go to Philadelphia and face the Eagles, or would you rather go to Dallas and face the Cowboys? Go ahead, Pete.
Ooh. I'd rather go to Dallas, than go to Philly. Too many ghosts in Philly. But yeah, no, I'd love to go to Dallas and kill and beat Dallas in Dallas. That's always fun. That's always good times. So and I'm just not afraid of either one of those teams. I really think that the 49ers match up well against. It's not the same Eagle team as last year. I think people get caught up in looking at the Eagles, thinking it's the same team from last year. Their defense is not like that. That secondary does not want to tackle. Their linebackers do not want to tackle. Their defensive line is not as deep as it used to be. I mean, look at the sack numbers. They're not close to where they were. And Jalen Hurts is not that guy. I don't know if anybody watched the QB school that JT O'Sullivan put on Hurts for that week, but I beg you to watch it and see how the 49ers completely disrespected Jalen Hurts' ability to read defenses. They were leaving guys wide open and just trusting the fact that Jalen Hurts wasn't going to make the read. And he just didn't make the read. They were leaving guys wide open. So I'm not afraid of the Eagles at all. And Dallas, Dak is going to start getting happy feet back there. That's what he does.
What about you, Brandon? Brandon, what are you doing over there?
What are you doing?
What are you doing with your camera, bro?
Nothing.
Nothing, just hanging out with us?
Yo, either one, I'm fine with. I mean, we saw this year, we beat down both of them, put 42 on them at their house. So who says that it won't happen again? Like Pete said, the Eagles' defense is straight trash, and the Cowboys, we just own them. So, I mean, either or would be fine. But still, rather just go be at home and have people come to us and mollywop them at home.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't care who we play, where we play. As long as the 49ers play their type of football, and we have health, we got a little bit of a scare with Hargrave and Ward, but we have so much depth that I still want those guys to be in the lineup, of course, but we have so much depth that we're pretty good. Before we go, I want to get your guys' predictions for the Arizona game. Brandon, what's your score prediction between the Niners and Arizona? And remember, Brock Purdy's first time ever playing in Arizona, where he's from, with the Niners.
I would say 35-13 Niners.
35-13. I like it. What about you, Pete?
I'm going to say 31-3.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, I like it. This is going to be an interesting game. I think the Niners are going to go in there and make a statement on Arizona. Arizona is okay, but like I said, their defense doesn't scare me. I'm going to say 45-10 will be the score for me. 45-10 Niners. I think the Niners make a statement. And I call it first. The Niners will rest their players in the fourth quarter.
Oh, absolutely.
They will rest their players in the fourth quarter. We'll see.
They got 45 points. It better be before the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Ronnie Montoya. Who's the depth behind Kinlaw and Givens? What's his name? Kalia Davis?
Kalia Davis. They got Kalia Davis. They've got a. They don't really have real. They're going to pull probably some guys off the practice squad, but I'm just going to look because there's.
So before we go, do you guys think that Brock Purdy is the real deal and he'll be here for the next 10 years, or do you think that once we pay the guy, things might be different? I know we're speculating, it's still way ahead of us, but once he gets paid and he doesn't have the playmakers, you think Brock, by then, with all the experience that he's getting, will still be a playmaker?
Yeah.
T.Y. McGill is another one. Yeah, I forgot about him, Ron.
Is he on the practice squad?
No.
Because they released him.
This during the season?
Yeah, he's not on the team anymore.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Well,
yeah, they had
can't be
him.
depth if they released him.
So they don't have another one on the active roster, but I'd have to look out who's on the practice squad to see who they elevate, or they might just sign somebody.
Real quick, Mary Fisk, welcome to the channel. She's a great friend of the channel. She's a Vikings fan. She loves her Vikings. Congratulations to your Vikings shutting out the Raiders. The both teams were scoreless into the last under the 2-minute drill, and they were able just to escape with the W with 3 points. No disrespect to the Vikings or Mary, but I don't know, as a Vikings fan or a Raiders fan, how you guys could watch that game and not be on
the labor of love.
Yeah, man.
Labor
It's like,
love.
how do you watch two teams not score nothing into the last 2 minutes and then they score 3 points?
They're saying too, Nick Mullins is going to start too this weekend.
Is he?
Josh Dobbs.
But you know what? The Vikings are 7-6. They're above 500. Got to give them credit for that. Real quick, real fast. Who wins the division in the NFC North? I'm curious. Is it the Lions or the Vikings?
What are the Lions now? 9-4?
9-4, yeah. Vikings are 7-6.
I don't know. It's gonna be a tight one because the Lions ain't looking too good. lately. So I don't know.
Okay, and for you, Peter, let's go to the AFC.
I mean,
let's-
I'm going with the. Oh, okay.
No,
ahead.
I'm going to give you a different one. AFC.
Okay.
We're going to go to the AFC West. Do the Kansas City win that the way they're playing, or do you think that Mr. Russell and Denver Broncos they're only one game behind them? They're slowly but surely catching up. Who do you think wins that division?
The West. Ooh. It's really between Denver and KC, right?
Yep. Denver's
What's
playing good football.
What's Denver's record though?
They're one game behind, so they're 7-6. No,
7-6.
7-6.
They're
Yes.
7-6. Who do they got next?
Whoa. Who did Denver have next? Give me a second.
Oh, I got them right here. I got them right here. So they got
They got
the
the Lions.
Lions.
They got the Lions
And,
on
the
Saturday.
Patriots. They're gonna beat the Lions, I think. So like,
Ooh,
and
I
then they
like
got
that statement.
Patriots. After that, they're gonna beat the Patriots. Then they got the Chargers without Justin Herbert. They're gonna beat them, and then they're gonna beat the
Numbers
Raiders. So
taken.
they're probably gonna win out. They're gonna probably win
Numbers
out. And who
taken.
does the Chiefs have?
Chiefs play New England in New England.
Like, so they've got the Chiefs. We've got the Patriots. Okay, they should win that.
And then the
Then
Raiders.
they got the
will be-
Raiders.
Yeah.
They should win that. But then they got the Bengals. And like I'll tell you, that quarterback for the Bengals has been playing pretty
He's been
good.
playing good football, yeah.
And then they got the Chargers. So I think who would, if they tied, if they ended up with the same record, who would have the tiebreaker?
Whoever has
It would have to be
more
Kansas
wins
City.
in the division.
It would have to be Kansas City, right? Like because
No,
they lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Broncos once.
Yeah, so it'll be the Broncos.
They lost and then they won.
So they're
And
tied
then
1-1.
when they
right?
lost. Oh yeah, but the Broncos had they beat them by more points, so I think the Broncos get the tiebreaker, right? Is that the way it works?
Yeah, and then it also works too on how many
Oh, the
games they
division
lost within their own conference, like who they play in the conference and so forth. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You know,
So
it's-
then who? But I think the Chiefs are.
but I think if they let's say they went up with the same record, the Broncos will get the nod.
Man, I'm gonna go Chiefs. Like just because I think that Mahomes is gonna figure it out, and like I have a feeling they're gonna come out on fire.
What is Mahomes going to figure out? That he has no
don't know.
receivers?
I don't know. Like I don't know.
I think he already
that,
knows that.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, he's still Mahomes to me. Like until proven otherwise, and like I just don't believe in Denver like I believe in the Chiefs have given us enough football, good football for us to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think.
Exactly. Well, guys, we have concluded our hour. It's always fun. You want to say something?
Hey, real quick. So practice squad players, they got Alex Barrett on the practice squad. So they'd probably elevate him. And
Oh, Alex Barrett. I forgot about him.
yeah, he's actually really good. Like he just on the practice squad because nobody knows who he is. And
Including the Niners. Just kidding.
T.Y. McGill is on the practice squad.
Oh, is he?
So one of those guys probably get elevated. And they got Spencer Wagey out of
Oh, yeah.
good old
where the quarterback
where Trey
played.
Lance is from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
North
Who actually
Dakota.
showed flashes, but I would assume that T.Y. McGill or Alex Barrett's going to get elevated.
Who would have figured, right? If I would have told you he would be on the roster, and the two kids from the same school, which one will be on the roster?
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State. We would have never said him. We would have said Lance, and how the world turns. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. Always fun when we go live. We will be back here next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific talking the game between the Niners and the Cardinals. Hopefully we'll be 11-3 and moving forward. Brandon, what you have going on in your channel? And then go ahead and close us out. What's going on in your channel, Pete? And then we'll close us out. Go ahead, Brandon.
Just later this week, we're going to preview the Niners versus Cardinals game. And then we'll be back here again to do another show with the boys, and also doing the post game of this weekend's game after the game as well. Other than that, hit like and subscribe on all our channels.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Senor Pete.
So I'm probably going to do a pregame and a postgame, like a show the day of the 49ers play. And, I'll be on YouTube. I'll be on Twitter. I will be on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. And if you don't want to look at my face, you can always catch the audio version. So I don't care where you get it, just get it. And tell a friend to tell a friend so we can be friends every day, every week.
Yep. And I'll be going live on Wednesday having Joe Montana as my guest. So make sure to, just kidding. I ain't doing nothing until Friday.
Like Pete said,
say it in Spanish, Brandon.
Me as well. Audio portion, if you want it. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts. Wherever you get your stuff at, we're there.
Just get it. And make sure to hit the like button. Again, support Brandon, support Peter. They are trying to grow their channels. They put in the work. Pete is hustling. I go on with Brandon, and we do our thing with Dion and Christian and Ancho out over there. And so they're putting in the work. You guys already subscribed to my channel, but make sure to support these guys. These guys love what they do, and they do the best at it. So make sure to go over and smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. All right, gentlemen. I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Peace. We are out of here.
Go Niners.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.